producing redox signaling molecules, how long will you live? Okay, when Dr. Samuelson posed that question to his audience, he told them that you won't survive till the end of the talk. Okay, all right? Okay, now, just to show you that I'm not bluffing you, okay, this is the mitochondria. You see a lot of membranes here, right? Okay, all these black lines, okay, the membranes are actually this one. Okay, this is the membrane. Now you see a lot of oxygen here, oxygen, oxygen. Okay, oxygen is needed in the production of energy, which is this one, the ATP. This is the energy production. So when we eat and when we breathe, all this oxygen will go into the mitochondria to give you energy. Now, what happens to the oxygen? The oxygen that you breathe will be converted to O2 minus H2O2, OH here, and these are known as the reactive oxygen species. These are the redox signaling molecules. Okay? Alright, so that's how you got all these molecules. Okay? Now, in the healthy cells, you will be producing both the oxidants and the reductants in about balanced amount. Okay? Now, what happens is, as we age, our cells get damaged, our mitochondria also get damaged. And when they get damaged, they cannot function properly. Okay? So one of the very early and sure sign of aging is what? How do you know that you have, like, you know, how do you know you're aging?
Wrinkles.
Wrinkles. Okay, that's a very sure external sign, right? Okay, how else do you know?
Tired.
White hair. Tired. Alright, you feel tired, right? The energy drops. Okay, so you see here, these are precisely the two things that you always check on your phone, right? You always check your battery bar, isn't it? To see whether you need to charge your phone or not. Without this, you cannot function. Then you also look at this to see whether you have the signals or not. So you see, why is it that we always check our phone to make sure that the phone is functional, but we never check our own body for all these signals? Huh? We don't have the indicator. Okay, so when you're young, everything is full. The signal is full, the number of bar is full. Then as you age, everything drops. And then this one, bye-bye. Okay, now. So when you feel that your energy is lowering, it also means that your redox signaling molecules are also lowering. Okay? Not enough already. Yeah. So therefore, we need to top up. Correct? We need to top up, just like you go and charge your phone to go and top up the battery and all that. So we also need to top up the redox signaling molecules inside our body. So how do you top up? It's only produced inside your cell. How do you top up? So now we are lucky, right? Now we have ASEA. So when you drink ASEA, you actually top up all these molecules inside your body. Okay? So it's very simple. Alright? And thanks to this atomic physicist, Dr. Gary Samuelson. Okay, this name you must remember, Dr. Gary Samuelson. So he is the one who discovered that redox signaling molecules can be stabilized. Now his discovery is breakthrough. Why is it a breakthrough? First of all, the redox signaling molecules can only be produced inside your body, nowhere else. Secondly, do you know how long they exist inside your body? Soon after they are produced, they will quickly react and then there will be no more. Very short. Probably milliseconds or a few seconds. Okay now, right? So if you look at the ASEA, the bottle, right? The expiry date is usually about 1 year. Okay? So how to make these molecules remain outside of the body and stable for 1 year? That is the breakthrough. That is not easy to break that code. all right? But he managed to do it, okay, to stabilize it, and it is safe. It comes from a very safe source, and he managed to produce it large scale like this. Okay, I'm hoping one day to walk along this aisle here, besides take a picture besides the tank. Soon. Okay, still inside. Okay, yeah. So these are big tanks like this where they use very high quality salt, pristine, clean water, make it into saline or saline. Then after that, they let the electricity run through it and all that. And when it does that, the salt, which is the Na and the Cl, the water is the H2O, it will split into atoms, split them up. Then after that, they allow these atoms to come together as redox signaling molecules. So they restructure all this, and then at the end of this, they get about 16 different types of redox signaling molecules. Okay? All right? Now, there are so many, but you will see these two appear very frequently, the superoxide and the hydrogen peroxide. It appear quite frequently, all right, in many of the research articles. Okay, now, so what is inside this bottle here? Okay, there's 16 different types of redox signaling molecules, and how many are there? There are trillions inside every bottle. Okay, now, some of you, how many of you have heard of hydrogen peroxide or have used hydrogen peroxide before? And what do you use it for? Clean what? Clean your earrings. You use it for what? Do you use it for? Clean wounds. Okay, who else have used it before? You use it too?
I thought that's laxative.
Sorry?
Laxative.
Huh?
Laxative.
Laxative, you use it as a laxative.
No, I don't use that.
Okay, all right. Now, the concentration, some will say, oh, you know, hydrogen peroxide, I use it to clean stains and all that, you know. Yeah. Okay, now the concentration is very, very low, all right? Now, this part is important, all right? After they produce the molecules here, you have to dilute it into a concentration that is optimum, meaning that it will mirror or it is identical to the concentration that is close to our body system. All right, so that when you drink it, it does not disturb your own biological balance. Okay, so it is biocompatible. It is native to your body. Okay, so therefore it is safe to drink it because of the concentration that has been adjusted to suit our body. Okay, now inside here, this bottle, it has both the antioxidants as well as the oxidants. There are two types, okay, which all the other supplements outside will only have one of it or half of it, which is the antioxidants. All right, so outside you will see a lot of antioxidants, but no one will tell you that oxidants is good. Okay now, so today I'll tell you that you need and you must have the oxidants. Okay, I'll tell you later. Okay, so these are some of the scientific research validation tested by third-party organization to test that ASEA has certain functions and all that. So they are not conducted by ASEA, the same organization that validates, you know, your own product. These are validated by external organization, and some of these are actually from published articles. Okay, so therefore it came from neutral parties. Okay. This is Dr. Neiman. Okay, he's from the Human Performance Laboratory. These are all very well-recognized institutions that conducted the test. Okay, what he did was he let athletes, okay, cyclists, to take ASEA. He has two groups of cyclists, 20, 20. So one group, they themselves don't know, the cyclists themselves don't know what they are taking. Okay, whether they are taking ASEA or whether they are taking the placebo, which is the saline, before going through the electricity. Okay, all right. So what happens is for 1 week, one group will be drinking about 120 ml of the ASEA. Okay, like your 2 cups. They will be drinking, and another group will be taking the placebo. So after that, what happens is before they do the exercise, they take the blood. Okay, then they cycle for 20 minutes, and then after that, they take the blood again. Okay, for each of these. Then they go and test. Then they let them take a break for a few weeks, and then they switch the group, and then they do the same thing again. Okay, so what is the results? They want to see what happens to their cycling performance, any inflammation in the body, because when you exercise, it actually causes a lot of inflammation, oxidative stress. They also look at the blood metabolite to see what happens. And this is what they found out, that there is a shift in 43 metabolites, and they tend towards, okay, fat oxidation. Yeah, so this is what we want, okay, because in Singapore, we tend to want to eat a lot, right? Yeah, but we have no time to exercise, right? Okay, so if you drink ASEA, okay, it helps you to actually burn your fat more easily. So if you're exercising, before your exercise, okay, yeah, you drink it and then you go for your exercise, okay? So just now Samantha was saying that Derek actually has slimmed down, okay? Do you know how much ASEA he drinks a day? Okay, he walks around with his bottle, you know, I think he just drink it throughout the day. Okay, yeah, right? So there's no difference. It doesn't affect their cycling performance and all that. But what they found is that instead of using your glucose, it actually triggers your fats to start metabolizing. Okay, yeah, and that is actually good news for all of us. Okay, yeah. Then he did another test on mice. This time round, he looked at the stamina. Yeah, the stamina of mice. All right, how long can they cycle when they drink ASEA? Okay, and the results, after 1 week, this lucky mouse get to drink ASEA, but very little, 0.3 ml a day. Okay, 1 week. Okay, they probably put a few drops of ASEA into his mouth. Okay, now, look at this. Okay, now exhaustion time, their running time, actually, they are able to run longer. 29% longer in terms of their stamina. Okay, right? So for those who wants to exercise, you know, for those who wants to slim down and all that, so drink ASEA before you go and do all your exercise and all that, it will help a lot. So it will help you to be able to run on the treadmill 29% longer than before. Okay, go and try it. Let's see whether you can beat the mouse or not. Okay. All right. Then, okay, the muscle glycogen.
Sorry, I got one question to ask you. Is that how many mice do you test on? This person test on?
I can't remember.
Is it one?
No, it cannot be one. All right. Yeah. For any experiment to be valid, the number of subjects must be 20 and above. Okay. Yeah. So that you can get the average. Okay. All right. Okay. So they look at the muscle glycogen. Right. Muscle glycogen used up slower than before. 30% slower than before. So because if your muscle glycogen used up quickly, okay, if you're non-athlete, right? If you're non-athlete, first when you exercise, they will use up your blood sugar. Then after that, they will mobilize your glycogen. Then when your glycogen is used up, then only you start using your fats. So if you want to lose weight through exercise, you want to lose your fats through exercise, do you know how long you must exercise? At least 40 minutes before you hit the fats. If you go exercise 20 minutes, you only use up the glycogen, it won't help you to lose your fats. You can't slim down. So 40 minutes, before you can start metabolizing your fat. By then, you're so tired, you stop already, right? So your fats will always be your permanent asset. You never get to use it. Okay? So now, when you drink ASEA, you go and exercise, it reverses the order. You see or not? It uses your fats first. Then only it uses your glycogen. So this way you can slim down better and faster. Okay? You got a secret already, right? You can think of many people who fall into this category, right? Okay? So that is the significance of this. Alright? Okay. Then they also look at genes. What happens to your genes after you drink ASEA? So this is Dr. Kenneth Ward. Okay, he's an OB-GYN, and he studied medical genetics, molecular genetics. So he looked at the genes. Okay, now how long should you recommend your friends or yourself to drink if you are trying out the product? How long? 8 weeks, huh? Okay, 8 weeks to reach an optimum. That's about 2 months. Okay, so minimum you should try it for 3 months, right, to see what is happening, because sometimes people give up prematurely. They say, I don't feel anything after 1 week. Then they stop, which is a waste. So minimum 3 months, all right? Because he found that it takes about 8 weeks for the genes that he was, when he studied, to reach an optimum, okay? And then after 8 weeks, when they stop ASEA, the level come down again. Yeah. So the genes that showed significant increase in activity were these 5 genes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? Yeah. So out of the 5, these 3, this one, the EGR1, IRAK3, and the CCR10, these 3, they have noticed significant improvement in these pathways. There are 15 pathways. Pathways means very complex, there are many chemical reactions, many steps in a single pathway. Alright, so in these 15 pathways, if you look at it, almost cover your whole entire body. Okay? So you are working on every part of your body. Okay? So I will be explaining in groups some of this along the way to show you more pictures so that it's more visual and you can understand. Alright? And these 5 pathways fall within this 5 category and more. Okay? And why they highlighted this 5 category? Because everybody practically have issues and need all these 5 categories. Alright? The first one, okay, which I personally experienced, and I really think that the redox signaling molecules will give you very significant improvement in your brain and your nervous function. Brain, nerve, muscle. These 3 work very well. Okay? It's for your neural health, for your mental health. Right? Why? It works on this pathway, serotonin. Serotonin is the happy hormone. Right? Happy hormone. Okay? This brain-derived neurotrophic factors here, this is for the nerves to function, nerves to regenerate. Right? Then, circadian rhythm is for your sleep. Alright? Your day-night cycle. Okay, for some of us, the day-night cycle is all haywire. You cannot sleep when you need to sleep. Okay? Yeah. So, it helps and improves in sleep. Alright? And the NRF2 pathway here actually helps your brain to function better. Okay? So these few pathways here contribute to mental health. alright? And it helps you to focus longer. Your mental stamina will improve. Okay, it helps you to work without a lot of disturbances and all that. You feel very calm. Alright? It helps in learning. It helps to improve your memory. It helps to improve your mood. You just watch yourself. There are people who tells me that after they drink, they feel less irritated. Yeah, things that used to make them angry now doesn't bother them anymore. Yeah. Okay, all right. So, who needs this? Everyone. Okay. Those who are working, right, on CEOs and all that, they need a lot of mental power. Students also need a lot of mental power, right? So if you're a parent, your children are taking exam, you also need a lot of mental power and to de-stress, you know, so that you don't scold them. Why are you not studying? Why are you watching TV? Why are you, you know, playing games and all that, right? Okay, so all those need a lot of ASEA to go and manage all our moods and things like that. Okay, we are all